Hello and welcome back to April May Codes. I'm your host, April May, and in today's video, I'm going to be working on the battle functionality, um, getting everything, all the images on the screen there and the text, and making it so it runs. We can actually attack, we can try to flee, and all of that. So to get started, I need to add something to my slime level class, and that is going to be the speed. So we'll say self.speed equals speed, and that needs to be indented, and I forgot a comma. Okay, there's that. And let's see. Now we will go to battle, or no, to Celestria, and when we create our slime, we'll pass in, nope, we need to go to config, which is right here. And when we create our slimes, we need to pass in a speed. So I'm going to say 13 for level 1, 15 for level 2, and 17 for level 3 of the large climbs. And then we'll say 11 for level 1, 13 for level 2, and 15 for level 3. All right, now let me get some images. Let's see, I think they're here. I'll just copy this UI folder over and paste that in assets. So that has the coin images I'm going to use when I get to the level up or the battle complete screen. And then just got this banner, the ribbons for each spell attack, and then the brown ribbon for the other options. So I can close all of those. And we're going to go back to battle.py. All right, so to start, I'm going to put a ribbon up at the top that's going to show what the player does on their turn and what the enemy does on their turn. That's going to be this banner image. So we'll say player banner equal to pygame.transform.scale. And we're going to pass in pygame.image.load assets/UI/banner.png. And we want to make that .convert alpha. And the size for that is going to be 1100 by 100. Then we'll do the same thing, but we'll call this enemy banner. Self.playerbanner. Rect is equal to self.playerbanner.getRect. And we're going to put the top left at 0, 0. Self.enemyBanner.rect is equal to self.enemyBanner.getRect. And we're going to put the top left at self.playerBanner.rect. That bottom, let's see, top left, so we want it to be at the bottom left. All right, now let's add the scrolls for the spells. The self.earth image is equal to pygame.transform.scale, pygame.earth image.load assets / green ribbon .png .convert alpha, and the size is going to be 256 by 64. And I'll copy this a few times. Water, air, fire. So we'll say the water image is going to be the blue ribbon. Fire image is the red ribbon. And air image is the yellow ribbon. Now we need recs for all of these. Earth image.getRect, and we're going to put that one, well, let's see, let's put them in a different order actually. Let's do let me look at the enemy resistances and see which spell I want to make cost more. That's going to be in slime.py. So air is weak to fire. Earth is weak to fire and air. So I think I want fire to be the cheapest one, followed by air, then water. And earth is just going to cost 5 because that's the healing spell. So we'll do fire, air, water, earth. So let's go back to battle.py. We'll do self.fire rect is equal to self.fire image.getRect. And we're going to put the bottom left at self.player rect dot bottom right. Air rect is self.air image.getRect, and the bottom left is going to be self.fire rect dot bottom right. And then self.water rect is going to be self.water image.getRect. Bottom left is going to be self.air rect dot bottom right. Actually, let's make water the cheapest one. And then fire is the one that's more useful, so it'll be more expensive. So we'll do water, then air, then fire. Water, air, this needs to be fire. And this needs to be water. Okay, so the water rack bottom left is at the player bottom right. The air bottom left is at the water bottom right, and so on. Fire bottom left is at the air bottom right. And then earth bottom left is equal to self.fire rect dot bottom right. All right, now let's set our font. So self.font is equal to pygame.font.capital F font. Assets / blkchcry.ttf. And the size is going to be 30. And we actually need some more images here. So we'll say self.ribbon image is equal to pygame.transform.scale, pygame.image.load, doesn't need to be in quotes, assets slash, it's at the brown ribbon, UI slash brown ribbon dot png dot convert alpha, and size is going to be 256 by 64. Okay, then we'll do our font. Let's kind of group these together. So we've got enemy image, enemy rect, player image, player rect. Then we've got our banner. Then our options. And then our font. And now let's add the text. We'll do self dot air text is equal to self dot font dot render air. And let's see, we'll say fire will cost 7. So air and earth will cost 5 and water will cost 3. So air 5 MP. We'll say true and config dot black. Self dot fire text is equal to self dot font dot render fire 7 MP. True. Config dot black. Self dot earth text is equal to self dot font dot render earth 5 MP. Put commas in there. True. Config dot black. And self dot water text is equal to self dot font dot render water 3 MP. True. Config dot black. All right. Then I need Rex for the text. Let's get the rest of the text done first. So self dot melee text is self dot font dot render melee attack. True. Config dot black. Self dot, I will say potion for the health potion. Font dot render health potion. And that needs to show how many there are. So we'll make that an F string. We'll say health potion and then self dot player dot inventory. Does the player have an inventory yet? I don't think I've created that yet. Let's close that. Doesn't look like I have an inventory yet. So we'll say self dot inventory, the dictionary, and we'll say health, or what do I want to do? We'll say health with a capital H, and we'll give them 1 to start. Mana, and we'll say 2 to start. And then weapons will be a list, and it's empty for now. I need a colon there. Okay, so we've got an inventory for the player. And one thing I want to do when we create the player, that's going to be in create.py. I want to pass the stats in as a dictionary. Okay, I do. Okay, perfect. That's exactly what I want. All right, and close that, and we'll go back to battle.py. Self.player inventory health. And that will get us the number of health potions in the inventory. We'll say true, config.black, self.mana, text is equal to self.font.render, mana, potion, and this is going to be an F string as well. We'll say self.player.inventory mana, and then true, config.black. We've got melee, health potion, mana potion, and then self.flee text is equal to self.font.render flee true config.black. We've got our ribbon image and our font in there. So now let's get the recs for everything. So self.air text rec equal to self.airText.getRec. We're going to put the center of that at self.airRec.center 0. Or no, we'll just say center X. And then self.airRect.center Y minus 7. And this was guess and check. I just blitted everything on the screen to see how it looked and found the right position for each of them. So self.fireTextRect is equal to self.fireText.getRect center is equal to self.firerect.centerX self.firerect.center Y minus 7. And then self.waterTextRect is equal to self.waterText.getRect center is equal to self.waterRect.centerX, and then self.waterRect.center Y minus 7. Self.earthTextRect is equal to self.earthText.getRect. And the center for that one is a little bit different because the image is a little bit different. That one we want to do earthrect.centerX, and then self.earthrect.center Y plus 10. Plus 10. Scroll down a bit so you can see everything. So for everything else, we did the center X and then the center Y minus 7, but for the Earth one, because the image is different, we do the center X and then the center Y plus 10. All right, and then let's do the melee, potion, mana, and flee text, Rex. So we'll call that self.melee rect is equal to let's see. Okay, this is actually going to be the recs for the ribbon image. This is going to be self.ribbonimage.getRect, and we're going to put the bottom left equal to self. Which one was first? Air? No, water. Self.waterRect.top left. So we're positioning it right above the water rect. Self.potionRect is equal to self.ribbonimage.getRect. And the top left is going to be self.meleerect.top right. So we'll just put it right next to the melee. Self.mana rect is equal to self.ribbonimage.getRect. Top left is equal to self.potionrect.top right. And self.fleerect is equal to self.ribbonimage.getRect. Top left is equal to self.manarect.top right. Okay. Then self.melee text rect is equal to self.melee text.getRect, and the center is going to be self.meleerect.center. Self.potion text rect is equal to self.potion text.getRect, and the center is equal to self.potionrect.center. Self.mana text rect is equal to self.mana text.getRect. Center is equal to self.mana rect.center. And self.flee text rect is equal to self.flee text.getRect. Center is equal to self.flee rect.center. All right. Now, what did I call it? Player banner and enemy banner? So I'm just going to call this header. Self.header text by default is going to be you found an enemy. Self.header cannot type today. Self.font.render self.header text, and that's going to be true. Excuse me, config.black self.header rect is equal to self.header text dot get rect. Nope, self.header dot get rect. And the center is going to be self.player banner rect dot center. Okay. Now we need the enemy header. So self.enemy header text is an empty string. self.enemy header is equal to self.font.render self.enemy header text true config.black self.enemy header rect equal to self.enemy header dot get rect, and the center is going to be self.enemy banner rect dot center. Okay, that should be good to get us started. There's quite a bit more I need to do, but for now, let's get all this on the screen and see how it looks. So for render, we've got surface.fill config.white. We've got our enemy image and our enemy rect, and our player image and our player rect. So that's all that. Now I need our player banner and our player banner rect and our enemy banner and enemy banner rect. And player banner rect. Enemy banner rect. All right, then we want to get our earth images and recs. Our element images and recs. So surface dot lit self dot water image self dot water rect air image air rect fire image and fire rect and surface dot lit earth image earth rect. Okay, and then we want to get our other options. So that's going to be the ribbon image at the different recs. We'll do surface.blit, self.melee, nope, self.ribbon image, self.melee rec, surface.blit, self.ribbon image, self.potion rec, ribbon image, self.mana rec, and surface.blit, self.flee, nope, ribbon image, self.flee rect. All right, so that's all of our images on the screen. So now we want to get our text on the screen. What order did I do this in? Water text rec. Let's see, air text rec. Fire text rec. And earth text rec. And then we need melee text rec. Potion text potion text rect. Mana text. Mana text rect. And surface dot lit. Self dot flee text. Self dot flee text rect. And then we just need our headers. Surface dot lit. Self dot header. Self dot header rect. And surface dot lit. Self dot enemy header. Self dot enemy header rect. All right, let's see what that looks like. Should be able to walk around for a bit before we get an encounter. And there's an encounter, but I broke it. Up UI dot banner. What line is that? Line 19? 19. It should be UI slash banner, and so should that. And then this should be assets slash UI slash. Okay. Did it right there. All right, try that again. And stay off the path so we come across an enemy. Oh, I still got a dot in there somewhere. There we go. Third time's the charm. Oh my goodness. That should be fonts. Assets slash font. Alright, eventually we'll get through all the typos and we can see how it's actually looking. There we go, that looks great. You found an enemy up at the top, and we've got our enemy sprite over here, our player sprite on the left. Melee attack, health potion, we have 1. Mana potion, we have 2. 3 MP, 5 MP, 7 MP, and 5 MP for the spells. So that's looking good. Now I want to display our player's health and MP and our enemy's health underneath their images, and over here will be above the melee attack options. So we're going to go back into our class, and down here we will say self.enemy HP is equal to self.font.render, an F string, we'll say HP with a colon, and then self.enemy.hp. Or is it health? What did I call it? I think I called it HP. Yep, self.hp. Okay. And then true, config.black. Self.enemy HP rect equal to self.enemy HP.getRect. And we're going to position that one to the top left. It's going to be self.enemy header rect dot bottom right. So that should put that down and to the right of the enemy header. But no, the header is the text. So we want that to be enemy, what do I call it, banner? Yeah, enemy banner rect dot bottom right. All right, self dot player, we'll just call this HP. Self dot font dot render f string HP is equal to self dot player dot HP true, and config dot black self dot HP rect is equal to self dot HP dot get rect, and we're going to position that one actually let's do the MP first. Self dot MP is equal to self dot font dot render and f string MP, and then self dot player dot MP true, config dot black, and then self dot MP rect is going to be self dot MP dot get rect, and the bottom left is going to be the self dot melee rect dot top left. Bottom left is the top left. Yeah, so it'll be right above that. And then we'll do this one, the bottom left is equal to self dot MP rect dot top left. All right, so we've got the enemy health, the player health, and MP. All right, I think that is it. So let's split those on the screen. We've got enemy HP, MP, and HP. So we'll do surface.blit, self.enemy HP, self.enemy HP rect, surface.blit, self.mp, self.mp rect, and surface.blit, self.hp, self.hp rect. Make sure that's looking good. So my health I gave 1.2, so that should be 31. Player has no attribute MP. Let's look at player. They don't have MP or HP yet, do they? They don't. How should I do that? Let me look at the player level. That's just level, XP, and points. And then there's stats that get passed in, determine their so let's come down here to the bottom. We'll say self.max HP is equal to self.stats HP. Self.hp is equal to self.max HP. And we'll do the same for MP. Self.stats MP. Self.mp is equal to self.max MP. So when we create the player, we pass in the stats, and that will determine their max HP and their max MP, and we'll set their health and MP to the max HP and max MP. Let's put health up to 33, mana to 12, and see where that puts us. All right, mana's at 12, HP's at 33, and the health for the slime is 30. But we can't attack yet. We don't have our cursor or our menu options. And let's put this in parentheses, the amount of mana potions and health potions. So we'll close that and go back to battle. And I'm going to put this in parentheses. And we're going to put this in parentheses. All right, now we need our menu options. And I'm just going to copy this over so I don't have to type it all out, but I'll go over what it all is. So this is self.melee text rect.center x minus 60, and then config.screen height minus 70. So that's the coordinates for the thing at the 0 index, so the first option, which is melee. Next is our potion text, which is the potion text rect.center x minus 85, and config.screen height minus 70. Then our mana text rect dot center x, and then the config.screen height minus 70 for the top 4 options. And then the fifth option, so the fourth index, is going to be self.water. And then we're going to have air. And then we're going to have fire. And then finally is earth. So we've got our menu options in there. Let's set self.index equal to 0. And self.cursor rect.center equal to self.melee text rect.center x minus 60, and then config.screen height minus 70. All right, so now we need our move cursor function. So let's put that down here below render. That's going to take action. And we'll do if actions right, self.index plus equals 1, and if self.index equals 8, so if it's past the last thing in the list, we'll set it back to 0. We're going to do the same thing for move right. And then let's copy this for left. If actions left, self.index minus equals 1. If it's less than 0, we'll set it equal to 7. And for move left, minus equals 1. If it's less than 0, it'll equal 7. But because they're stacked on top of each other, I want a way to move up and down as well. So we're going to do if actions up, self.index Nope. If action's up, we're going to check if self.index is greater than or equal to 4. And if it is, then self.index minus equals 4. If it's not, self.index plus equals 4. And we'll do the same thing for move up. And then we're going to do the same, something similar for down and move down. So for down, we're going to check if it's greater than or equal to 4. And if it is, then we're going to do minus equals 4. Otherwise, we're going to do plus equals 4. Is that right? I think that's right. And then for move down, the same thing. If it's greater than or equal to 4, we'll do minus equals 4. Otherwise, we'll do plus equals 4. And then we'll set self.cursorRect.center equal to self.menuOptions self.index. All right, so now let's call that function right before reset keys. We'll call self.moveCursor and pass in action. And we need to call drawCursor in our, actually, let's do self.game.drawText because we want the cursor to be white. Or is the cursor white in menu? Let me look. It is. Did I make this a menu? Let's go to battle. It should be a state and a menu. It is. So I should be able to just call self.drawCursor. Let's see if that works. Walk around for a bit. Here's a battle. And there's our cursor. So up took it up to flee and then back down to earth. Down takes it to flee and then to earth. Up and down is working. When we go back from water, we go back to flee. When we go back from melee, we should go to earth. That's good. When we go right from earth, we should go to melee. That's good. I'm going to move this to the left some. So for water, it needs to go to the left. And for earth, it needs to go to the left. Fire and air are all right. The others, for melee, it could go to the left some. So for melee, water, and earth, we're going to go back some. So melee, let's do minus 85. Water, let's do minus 50. And earth, let's do minus 50. And see what that looks like. Oh, let's change this. We're starting at melee, so we want to do minus 85. Alright, let's look for a battle. There's a battle. Melee looks good. Water looks alright. It's as far to the edge as it can really go, so that's fine. Earth could be better. Could go left more. So let's do minus 75 and see how far back that is. Alright, and that's better. We'll leave it there. All right, now let's build the actual battle functionality. So how to do this? I'm gonna need a player turn method that takes self and action. An enemy turn that just takes self, and a battle which takes self and action. All right, give me just a moment. All right, so for the player turn, we first need to check what our action is going to be, which is going to be where we press enter. So set action equal to none. And if actions enter, if self.index is equal to 0, action equals melee. If self.index equals 1, action equals health. If self.index equals 2, action equals mana. If self.index equals 3, then our action is equal to glee. If self.index equals 4, action equals water. If self.index equals 5, action equals air. If self.index equals 6, action equals fire. We'll just do else. Action equals earth. All right. Now, the way I did this, I'm gonna come up to my mist folder. Oh, I need to put pass in here. Get rid of my red squiggly line there. My miscellaneous folder, I'm gonna make a new file called action.py. And I'm gonna make a couple classes here. Let's see. So this may not be the best way to do it, but it's how I came up with. Let me know in the comments if you've got any better ideas. So I'm going to make a class action, which takes self and player. Self.player equals player. Then a class spell, which is an action. We'll take self, an element, and a player. We'll do super. That will take player. Self.element equal to element. And let's see, if self.element equals air, self.mp cost equal, what was air? 5. If self.element equals, let's do this differently, fire, then it's 7. Water, self.mp cost equals 3. Else self.mp cost equals 5. Alright, this is probably not the best way to do this because I want your intelligence to have an effect on the mana cost, which means that I shouldn't display the mana cost as a static value in battle.py. But how can I access the... I guess I could put the actions in a dictionary in the player class and then access it from there. I'm going to leave it how it is for now, and we'll come back to it when I start working with the stats and how they affect things. So let me go back to action.py, and we'll give this a use method. And we're going to do if self.element is equal to earth, then the amount is equal to a random integer between self.player dot... Oh, the player doesn't have a magic range. Their intelligence determines the magic range, but I haven't implemented that yet. So I guess now's the time. But how best to do it? We'll do self.player.stats intelligence divided by 2 minus 3. I'll make that an integer. And then another integer, self.player.stats int divided by 2 plus 3. And then we're going to multiply that random integer by 2 to determine the amount that you heal yourself for. Else, if self.player.weapon, so I need to add that here, down at the bottom, and right under inventory, we'll do self.weapon is equal to none. But if they have a weapon, let's see. The weapons are going to be stored in game. because I can't put the class in the player. Or yes, I can. Okay. So if self.player.weapon.type is equal to staff, because the staffs don't add any damage to your melee attack, but they double your spell attack damage, or it's 1.5 times damage. And I'm going to copy this, paste it there, but instead of multiplying it by 2, we're going to multiply it by 1.5, and that's going to be an integer. We need to import randint. Else, so if their weapon's not a staff, then it's just going to be the random integer. And if they don't have a weapon, same thing. And then we will return the amount. All right, then I'll make a new class called Potion, which is an action. That will take self, potion type, and player. Do super dot init, which will take player, and self dot potion type equal to potion type. Use if self dot potion type equals mana, return 10. If self dot potion type equals health, return 50. And then a final class attack, which is an action. Take self, weapon, and player. Actually, we don't need to pass in weapon. We can just access the player's weapon. I'm going to do super dot init, pass in player. And then for our use method there, we'll do if self.player.weapon, let's say amount is equal to self.player.weapon.damage plus, and then we'll do, let's see, we'll copy this, but instead of accessing int, we'll access strength. So here we'll pass in str, and here we'll pass in str. And there's that parentheses close, that parentheses close. I think I'm missing a, no, that's right. No, it's not. Missing a close parenthesis. Okay, yeah, that's right. All right, else amount is equal to the same thing, but we're not adding in the weapon damage. Okay. and then we will return amount. All right, now let's get back to battle.py and start doing things. So we're setting our action. So now we need to, let's see. First we'll check if action equals, and we'll say our move is equal to a spell. Earth is the element, and self.player is the player. Let's import that. And then we need to check if we have enough mana. So we'll do if self.player.mp is greater than or equal to self.move, or nope, just move.mp cost. So if we do have enough mana, the heal amount is equal to move.use. And we'll do self.player.hp plus equals heal amount. And then we'll check if self.player.hp is greater than self.player.maxhp. Then we'll set self.player.hp equal to self.player.maxhp. And then we'll change the header text to be your earth spell restores you to full health. And if the health is not more than the max HP, actually we'll do greater than or equal to. And then if it's not greater than or equal to, then we'll do self.header text is equal to an F string. Your earth spell heals you for heal amount points. Alright, and then we need to do self.player.mp minus equals move.mp cost. And that's just about it, but this does not actually update our header text and our player MP and HP. So we need to set self.hp equal to self.font.render HP, and then self.player.hp true, config.black, and self.empty is equal to self.font.render and f string, self.player.mp true, config.black, and then self.header is equal to self.font.render, self.header text, true, and config.black. And then we'll set self.turn equal to enemy to indicate that the player turn is over. Oops. Alright, else, if there's not enough mana, we'll set self.header text equal to an F, or no, not an F string, just a string. You do not have enough mana. And self.header is equal to self.font.render self.header text true config dot blah. And I think that's all I need to do. I don't think I need to reset the recs. Maybe I do though, because the size is changing. So if I want it to stay centered, I need to. So for the HP and MP, I don't need to change it, but for the header text, I do. So here we'll do self.header rect is equal to self.header.getRect center is equal to self.player banner rect dot center. And we'll copy this line and we'll paste it there. So now let's make sure that that's working. I think I can. Oh, it won't do anything because I'm not calling battle. Okay, so let's see what we need to put in battle. So in battle, we'll do if self.player.hp is greater than 0 and self.enemy.hp is greater than 0, if self.turn equals player, we'll do self.moveCursor, which will take actions, and self.playerTurn actions. Else, we'll do self.enemyTurn. That's if the player's still alive and the enemy's still alive. So then we'll do if self.enemy.hp is less than or equal to 0. And we will pass. Then we'll do else, which means that the player health is less than or equal to 0. And we will pass there as well. So I'm going to make a battle complete screen for when the enemy's dead and a game over screen for when the player's dead. All right, so now where do let's see, I set self.turn to player when I create the, oh no, I don't. So let's put that right down here. We'll say self.turn is equal to player. All right, so now I should be able to heal, and it won't do anything, but it should show me that I'm restored to full health. And then it might crash because there's nothing in the enemy turn. Oh, it's not doing anything. Why isn't it doing anything? What did I do wrong? Oh, I'm not calling battle. Instead of calling move cursor, we're going to call self.battle, which takes action. Okay, let's try that again. Find a battle. There we go. And we'll go over to Earth. Earth spell restores you to full health. and our MP changed. And again, oh no, it's not doing anything because it's the enemy turn, so we can't do it again. But that's fine. The MP went down by 5, I'm assuming. I don't remember what I set the initial MP to, but I don't know what else it would have gone from. And our HP is at 32. And this is centered. That is all looking good. All right, so let's go back to player turn. And then here, we checked if the action is Earth, so we healed. Then we're going to do L if self.index is greater than or equal to 4. So if it's one of the other spells, then our move is going to equal a spell. And the element is going to be our action. And then self.player for the player. But we want a chance to hit. And I think I'm going to take a page from D&D's book here with the modifiers. We're going to divide our speed by 2. And then, let's see, round down. And then add that to a random number between 1 and 20. And that's going to be our chance to hit. And then we'll take the enemy speed divided by 2 rounded down and add that to another random integer between 1 and 20, and that's the chance to dodge. And if the chance to hit is greater than or equal to the chance to dodge, then the attack hits. So we'll set chance to hit equal to a random integer between 1 and 20 plus an integer self.player.stats speed divided by 2. Minus 10 divided by 2. So let's put that in parentheses. Let's take the speed stat, subtract 10, divide that by 2. Oh, but I don't want it to be negative. But 10 minus 10 divided by 2 is 0. So that should be fine. So, because the player starts with the speed 10, even if they don't add any points to it. So let's import randint. And does the slime have a speed? Let's see, does the level have a speed? It does. Okay, so slime.level.speed. So let's go back to battle. And we'll set chance to dodge equal to a random integer between 1 and 20 plus an integer self.enemy.level.speed minus 10 divided by 2. And then if chance to hit is greater than or equal to chance to dodge, then we will do all the things. So we first need to check, actually, we want to do if self.player.mp is greater than or equal to move.mana cost, or MP cost. And if it is, then we attempt to hit them. So we're going to subtract the mana. But we need to check if chance to hit is greater than or equal to chance to dodge. And if it is, then the damage amount is equal to move.use. And then if move.element in self.enemy dot resistances, then the damage amount times equals 0.5. We're going to do half damage. L if move dot element in self dot enemy dot weaknesses damage amount times equals 2. All right, and then we're going to do let's see, self.player.mp minus equals move.mp cost, self.enemy.hp minus equals int damage amount, and self.enemy.hp is equal to self.font.render fstring hp self.enemy.hp and true config.black. And then we want to update the header text to say what we did. So self.header text is going to be equal to an f string, and we'll say your move.element spell does int damage amount points of damage to the self.enemy.enemy type slime. And then self.header is equal to self.header text. Nope. Self.font.render, self.header text, nope, true, config.black. And then we'll reset the header rect. Is equal to self.header.getRect, and the center is equal to self.playerBannerRect.center. And we need to update the player MP, which we did, and we need to update the player MP rect. So that's self.mp is equal to self.font.render fstring mp, and we'll say self.player.mp. And then we'll set self.turn equal to enemy. So that's if the chance to hit is greater than or equal to the chance to dodge. Else, if it's not, then we'll do self.player. Let's see, we'll just copy a couple lines. We'll copy this one, and we'll copy this one and update the header text. We'll say the enemy type slime dodges your spell. And then self.header and header rect, we'll copy those lines. And self.mp. We'll copy that as well. All right, so we have the mana and we hit, and then we have the mana and we don't hit. So now we need, if we don't have the mana. So we'll do else, and we'll set, let's see, we want the header text, the header, and the header rect. We'll copy these 3 lines of code and paste them here. And we'll set the header text to you do not have enough mana. And the header is the header text, and then header rect is the center of the player banner rect. All right, so now we can move on to some of the next actions. Let's see. All right, so the next thing we're going to check for is if the action is melee. So that's going to go right here. So we'll hit enter and unindent. L if action equals melee. Then I'm going to take my chance to hit and chance to dodge variables and paste them in here. And we're going to do if chance to hit is greater than or equal to chance to dodge, then our move is going to be equal to attack. And that's just going to take self.player. We need to import attack. Our damage amount is equal to move.use. Self.enemy.hp minus equal damage amount. And then self.enemy.hp. I can actually copy that. And so we want enemy HP, and then the header text, header, and header rect. So let's get those 3 here. Paste them in here. And we'll change the text to you do damage amount, points of damage to the self.enemy.enemy type line. We'll say your melee attack does. Alright, and then we need the enemy HP. So we'll copy that and paste that in here. And we change the header. We're not changing our mana or anything like that. So that's if it hits. Else, if it doesn't hit, then we need to take the header text, header, and header rect, paste them in here. And we'll say the enemy type slime dodges your attack. And then regardless of if it hits or if it doesn't hit, we'll do self.turn equals enemy. And let's see, I need to do self.turn equals enemy here. What am I missing there? Why do I have a squiggly? What's the problem here? Oh, I need to do true and config.black. Okay. And then self.turn equals enemy. So we change it when we attack. Unless we don't have enough mana, then we have a chance to do another action. Or, well, to try a different action, rather. So here we don't set the turn to enemy. Here we do. All right. Then we're going to check if the method equals flee. not method, action. And in order to flee, we're going to do, let's see, chance to flee equals this one. The random integer plus the modifier. Chance to fail equals, and this is going to be the enemy's speed plus the modifier, or the random integer plus the enemy's speed modifier. If chance to flee, is greater than or equal to chance to fail, then we'll do self.exit state, else, then we're going to set the header, we'll paste those in there, and we'll say your attempt to flee fails. I'll set self.turn equal to enemy. All right, and then we need to check for one more thing, which is the potions. So we've got the melee attack and flee. We've got if it's greater than or equal to 4, so all the spells. So the only other thing left is the potions. So we'll say else. Let's put another line there. Move equals potion action self.player. We need to import potion. And this action that we pass in is from up here. So the potion type. Action is either mana or health. That's back where we were. All right. So if self.player.inventory action is greater than or equal to 1, then the amount equals move.use. And if action equals health, then self.player.hp plus equals plus equals amount. If I can copy this from the healing spell earlier. I can copy quite a bit of it, I think. If self.player.hp is greater than the max HP, we set it to the max HP. We'll just copy all this here and edit it. We'll say your potion restores you to full health, or your potion heals you for amount points. And then we need to set self.player.inventory health minus equals 1. Self.hp we can copy from the earth spell. We'll copy that one and paste it right there. We don't need the rect. We do need to update the potion text and rect. Maybe not the rect. Or yeah, we'll leave the rect the same because it's just the integer that's changing. So self.potion text is equal to self.font.render. That's an F string. Health potion. That's in parentheses. We're going to put self.player.inventory health. And true. And fake.black. And then we need to update the header. So we'll copy those 3 lines from up here, paste them in there, and we will say, I know we already updated the header text. So we'll just do the header is the header text, true, config.black, and then header rect is the self.player banner rect.center. And then we'll set self.turn equal to enemy. And we'll say else, so the potion type is mana. We'll do self.player.mp plus equals amount. Self.player.inventory. Oops. Self.player.inventory mana minus equals 1. And then we can copy this. Yeah, let's copy all this and paste it in here. And we'll change this to self.mp. And the text is mp self.player.mp. And this should be mana text. Mana potion. And self.player.inventory mana. And then our header let's see. Let's copy this and paste it in there. And say MP is greater than max MP. Then we'll set the MP equal to max MP. And we'll say your potion restores your mana points to full. Otherwise, your potion restores amount mana points. Alright, and then we've got the header is the header text, and the rect is at the player banner.rect.center. So then we need to set self.turn equal to enemy. And then that's if we have a potion. So down here we need to say else, and we'll take the header text and the header rect. I'm missing one. There's header text here. Paste that in right here. And we'll say you do not have a potion to use. Alright, and that is it for the player turn. That's all the possible actions. Now let's do the enemy turn. I know this video is getting kind of long, but we're just about done here, I think. So in the enemy turn, first we're going to check if self.enemy.enemy type is equal to earth. And if it is, we're going to check if self.enemy.hp is less than self.enemy.max HP. Do we have a max HP on the slimes? We do. Max HP and HP. Okay. Let's go back to battle. Times 0.3. So if their health is less than 30%, then the amount is equal to self.enemy.attack. Did I give them an attack method yet? Yes, it returns a random integer between their damage range. Okay. Then we'll do self.enemy.hp plus equals amount. Then self.enemy.hp is equal to self.font.render an f string self.enemy.hp and then self.enemy header text is equal to an f string. And we'll say the self.enemy.enemy type slime heals itself for amount points. And then self.enemy header is equal to self.font.render self.enemy header text through config.black. And then self.enemy header rect is equal to self.enemy header dot get rect, and the center is equal to self.enemy banner rect dot center. And then we'll set self.turn equal to player. So if it's an earth type and it's not below 30% health, then I'm going to take my chance to hit and chance to dodge values and swap them. So the chance to dodge will be the player's speed and the chance to hit will be the enemy's. And we're going to check if chance to hit is greater than or equal to chance to dodge. And damage equals self.enemy.attack self.player.hp minus equals damage self.player.hp equals self.font.render hp self.player.hp through config.black. And then we'll take the enemy header, we'll take all this and copy it, paste it here, not there. And we'll say the enemy type slime hits you for damage points. Else, we'll paste those 3 lines again, and we'll say you dodge the self.enemy.enemy type slime's attack. And then we'll set self.turn equal to player. And that's if it's an earth slime. So then we'll come down here and say else. So if it's not an earth slime, then we're going to do all this same stuff. We'll copy that and paste it there. What did I do wrong? Is that a comma or a period? It needs to be a comma. There we go. Oh, this is player HP. It just needs to be HP. Okay. And up here, that should just be HP. Alright, so we'll check the chance to dodge and the chance to hit. If the chance to hit is greater than the chance to dodge, the enemy attacks. We change the player's health. We change the HP text. We change the enemy header text. Otherwise, we dodge, and that's what's in the enemy header text. And either way, we set self that turn equal to player. Alright, that looks good. So let's see if it works. Let's see if self.enemy HP is less than or equal to 0. We're going to do self.exit state. So let's run the game and we should be able to do battle now. It should all be working. Let's see. Put strength up there and int up there and speed. Let's find a battle. I'll first check if flee is working. Hopefully attempt to flee fails, but we dodged the air slime's attack, so that's good. Let's use fire. Oh. Function takes at least 3 arguments. I forgot to add true and config.black. That is in line 225. 225 is here. Did I forget that anywhere else? I don't think so. Alright, let's try again. Put the speed up there so that we can try to dodge or try to flee. Alright, we'll go over to flee. Our attempt to flee fails. Okay. We did 12 points of damage. Our MP went down. We dodged the air slime's attack. Let's go ahead. We can't use fire, so we'll just do a melee attack. They dodge our attack, but we dodge theirs. 3 points of damage. Let's go ahead and use a health potion. Potion restores you to full health. It dodges our attack again and again. And we killed it. Alright, so maybe I should make the slime's speed a little bit lower. It dodges our spell. And we don't have enough mana, so we'll use a mana potion. It says we restored 10 mana points. Alright, maybe we need to decrease their speed. Oh, now we're dead. But, oh, it's in the game over. Okay, so that's working well. So the enemy speed is too high. I'm gonna change that. Let's go to, where's that in config? Let's say 10, 12, and 14. And we'll say, no, we'll do 10, 11, and 12. And then we'll do 11, 13, and 15. Okay. But that's all working well, I think. In the next video, I will get to the battle complete screen and the game over screen. So that is all for today. Thanks so much for watching, and feel free to like or leave a comment. I know I did some things kind of funky here. There's probably a better way to organize a lot of this. If you have any ideas, I'd love to hear them. But thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time.